What's up, you guys? Welcome back. If you are new, my name is Jess. Be sure to smash that subscribe button before you go. Today's video is going to be the top 10 things I missed while I was in prison. And it's funny, I was thinking back to these things, I'm like, dang, it's been like 5 years. So I could only come up with 5 or 6 things. And I texted my good friend, Brian Bruton. He also has a YouTube channel. I will link his information down below. And he helped me like remember the struggle. So these are really good, you guys. And I think they're gonna be things that you wouldn't necessarily think of. So humans are very adaptable. And once you're out in the free world for 5 years, like I have been after you've served time in prison, it's just hard to remember. Like we take the smallest things for granted. So without further ado, here's the top 10 things I missed while I was in prison. Y'all ready? Gosh, the first thing, this is so weird. It was ice water. That is like the #1 thing that I missed. Now, keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion. I wanted ice. I chew on ice all the time. It's like a really bad habit. Like I know I need to stop, but I miss going to the fridge and just getting out a bottle of water or having ice water. I really miss that. So now you'll always see me with a drink in my hand because you just couldn't get that. You could drink water in prison, but like the water is like lukewarm. Sometimes the water is dirty. It's hard water. It's just gross. So it's not like refreshing thing. It's not a refreshing bottle of water. So that was the #1 thing that I missed. So to this day, I still drink coffee and water, sometimes tea. That's all I drink. So I love ice water. Okay, second thing I missed is a light switch. Like you guys, you don't even know. You take it for granted when you're not able to turn the lights on and off by yourself. So in maximum security prison, lights would come on at like 6 o'clock, 5:30, excuse me. 5:30, 6 o'clock, lights would come on so fast or so early in the morning. So it's like, and that drove me nuts. So one thing that I would try to do to try to help myself sleep is I would try to put something over my eyes, whether it was like a tube sock or whatever, just so that I could sleep. Because as soon as those lights come on, you guys, they're hella bright. They're gonna wake you up. And that drove me nuts. I tried to sleep in. I wasn't a fan of going to breakfast. Breakfast is served at like between 4:30 and 5:30. It's really early in the morning. So I didn't want to do that. I'd rather starve. I would rather starve and sleep in a little bit than go to the chow hall at 4:30 in the morning. Like, no, thank you. You really take for granted being able to turn a light on and off. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. The third thing I missed, oh, this is like TMI. Private showers, you guys. I know this is probably TMI, but like I really missed being able to get in a shower by myself. No one's around me. I don't have any time restrictions. I can shower by myself. So every barracks is different. Every facility is different. Some of the barracks that I've been to, or some of the facilities that I've been to, have closed showers, and that's just like a stall with a curtain. And those showers were like in specific barracks. I can't really remember like the difference between them. I don't know, but some of the barracks had open showers, and it was just my experience in the facilities that I have been to. If it was a closed tier barracks, it was an open shower. And if it was an open dorm, which is like bunk beds all in one room with no privacy at all, it was closed showers. So I really missed just being able to get into a shower that I controlled the temperature and it's by yourself. So showering with like 50 other people, it's not 50. It's probably like 10 would only fit in there. It's like super weird and awkward. And that's kind of like the one thing that everyone like is nervous of if they're going to prison, like do I have to shower with everyone? Yes, people are gonna see you naked. You just have to get over it. And really everyone's uncomfortable. So like you just go in there, you do your stuff and you get out, and just know everyone's uncomfortable. Everyone thinks it's weird. We're just trying to wash our stuff and get out. The fourth thing I missed in prison was the ability to walk outside, especially at night. Like I like sitting outside and just relaxing, or I used to before I had kids. Now I'm just like, go to sleep. And I rush to bed as soon as they're sleeping. But just being able to walk outside whenever I wanted to, that drove me nuts, you guys. I really just wanted to have a doorknob just to be able to open the door and close the door on my own. It's these little things that everyone takes for granted, you know, and when they're taken away from you, it drives you crazy. So another thing, this is kind of not on the list, but another thing that I really missed was being able to control the temperature of things, water, or temperature of the house. And in prison, it's either really hot or freaking freezing, and that sucked. So you can't control things like temperature or the light or anything like that. So that drove me nuts. #5, a bed. You guys, like, oh, they give you this tiny little mattress. And if anyone's watching this and they're like, well, if you don't like prison, don't go. I know, I learned, I'm not going back. I'm just letting you know my experience. I don't know if I said that at the beginning of the video, but I'm just telling y'all my experience. Anyway, moving on. The mattress is like this tiny little, like, it kind of looks like, you know, in gym class in high school, they put out these little mats. That's kind of what it is. There is like no support. It's not comfortable. It's basically like you're sleeping on a concrete slab. Like, it's awful. And I really missed a bed. Just being able to like climb in bed and have nice sheets and like comfy, soft pillows and blankets. Oh my God. I miss that so much. So a lot of prisons give you wool blankets, which are gross, and like that stuff like falls all apart. Or it'll be like these really flimsy, like white, weird blankets that are like not knit. I don't really know the fabric. Not soft fabric, so like ratchet fabric. So I really hated that, like not being able to just have like something comfy and soft, like a soft pillow or a soft blanket, a nice bed, made me crazy. So you would guess correctly if you're thinking, oh, your bed must look comfortable. It does, because I didn't have a bed for 2.5 years. We're talking about beds. Going to bed when I want to go to bed. So in prison, they have specific times for everything. Everything's scheduled, every day is the same, every day is routine, and they have what's called lights out. So that means at a specific time, they're telling you to go to bed. They also tell you when to eat, when to shower, when to go to work, when it's library time, when to get your hair cut. Like, it's crazy. So just being able to decide when I'm tired, I will go to bed was a big thing, and I hated being told it's lights out. I couldn't stand it. This is kind of random too, but when I was in an open dorm, I would have my people like kind of stay up, not stay up, kind of watch out for me while I would sleep, and I would sleep while other people were awake. And then when everyone's going to sleep, they're not really sleeping. But when lights out was called, I would be awake, and I'd stay up for a few hours after lights out, and then I'd go to sleep when everyone was asleep. It was kind of weird, but I hated open dorms. I hated not being able to hear what was going on if I tried to put earplugs in. Like, no, I had to be aware of my surroundings at all times. And that's kind of something that the military does too. You're always watching your six, you're always watching your back, you're always like looking out to see if anything's gonna go down. And that's why a lot of inmates have PTSD, because it's tense. We're always watching for something to come, for something to happen, for someone to attack you or whatever it is. So you're always on like a heightened sense of alert. So now to this day, I'm still very aware of my surroundings. So number 7. Face scrub. This is super, super random, but in prison you have hard water, and my face would get so dry. So what I would have to do is I would wash my face just with like bar soap, which is like awful. And I would dry my face, make sure it's really dry. And then I would take a clean toothbrush. They look like this on the commissary. They're really, really small. And I would exfoliate my skin with a toothbrush. And like you would watch the dry skin like fall off of your face in complete disbelief that like your skin could ever be that dry. But they don't give you moisturizer or face scrub. Like I would have loved an apricot face scrub. Now there are clever ways to make your own exfoliant, like using coffee and soap and things like that. So women are very creative when it comes to face scrub or hygiene or whatever. So I really missed name brand like apricot face scrub. Number 8, being able to call someone whenever I want to, having a phone. So there are phones in prison, and a lot of times there's like times you can and can't call. If it's getting to be lights out, you can't call. If you're going to the chow hall, you can't call. There's a line all the time, and it costs a lot of money. So I desperately miss just being able to pick up the phone and call someone, or video chat someone, FaceTime someone, get on Facebook. I missed having a phone, and that drove me nuts. I also missed music that I would have on my phone. Now in prison you get radios, but that is so janky. Like you'll be sitting there like searching forever for a radio station, and when you're in the South, it's like all country music and like one good station, but you're like it's terrible. That was a really weird sound I just made, but like it was so bad. You could not find a station for a long time. You'd have to walk around the freaking dorm like trying to get signal. It was really crappy. Also, those radios are really important because a lot of facilities make you purchase a radio to be able to hear the TV. So I wouldn't recommend prison. 0 out of 10 on Yelp, you guys. Number 9, this is a big deal. Being able to choose who is around me. Now in prison, you have no say on who lives next to you, who lives with you, who's up in your space. Like, it's bad. You get a tiny little bit of space, and it's about the size of a parking lot if you're in a cell. But if you're in an open dorm, all you have is a bed, and a lot of times it's bunk beds you have to share with someone. So you have 0 control over who is in your space and who you affiliate with, who you associate with. Now, you can kind of choose who you hang out with, but like when you're in an open dorm or even in a closed barracks, you can't control those people. You can't control who is in that barracks. And that sucked. I love being able to decide who I am around, people that are in my circle, in my bubble, which would be my house. So that is something I took for granted, just being able to control people that are near me. And prison sucks. You meet all kinds of people, all kinds of crazy people, violent people, dramatic people. It's just crazy. Prison is just a really bad place, and it's filled with people that you would not want to hang out with. People that you would not want to introduce to your mom. You know what I'm saying? Okay, number 10. Real food. Guys, like, I can't even begin to tell you, a lot of prisons serve soy meat. I missed a really good ribeye steak. I missed food so bad. That was like the number one thing, really. I don't know why I put it at number 10. I was just like brainstorming, but food. And you could get food on the commissary, but food is like, it's up there. It's important. And I wanted food because I'm like a fat kid at heart. I wanted food all the time, and real food. I wanted nutritious food, healthy food, and you really can't control what you put in your own body. You can either get chow hall food or commissary food, and commissary food is just like chips and noodles and Debbie's. Like, you couldn't get fresh fruit or fresh vegetables where I was. I think some federal prisons let you get fresh fruit and stuff, but you couldn't get that in state prisons where I was at. So I missed that. I actually, for the first time ever, wanted a salad, like just vegetables. I wanted to be a little bit healthy because after, 2.5 years of eating garbage, eating junk food or soy meat, like, I just wanted some real food. So, I don't skimp when it comes to food. And that's probably why I eat a lot of bad food. And the justification is, well, I didn't have good food, bacon for 2.5 years. So I'm going to eat whatever I want. So that's probably really bad. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna be like, well, isn't intimacy on this list? It is. I did miss intimacy, keeping it real, but these things, these little things that you wouldn't think of, the less obvious things, are the things that I wanted to talk about, because when you're stripped of everything, even a light switch, you miss all of that. So I hope you guys liked this video today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up so that I know that you like these kind of videos, and I will keep making them for you. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Stay safe, stay sober. I love you guys. Bye.